Bailey Justin 12 a year, Bailey Justin 15, Bailey Justin 14, Bailey Justin 2,557,000 million, blah, 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 whatever. I apologize for the fact that I have not made a video last week. I had the week off, and I enjoyed the crap out of it, playing a crud ton of video games. I beat the original Fable all the way. I've been playing Ghostwire Tokyo, and it is amazing. All that good stuff. But we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about art. And this week's art lesson is symmetry. And I apologize for the looks of some of these, for some of my examples, because I literally just did them. Because when I recorded this the first time, it didn't record, which sucks. It sucks poopy doop. So I'm going to make sure continuously while I'm doing this that it's recording. So if you see me do this real quick, it's because I'm checking that it's recording. But anyways, symmetry. It's bad. We do not want it. We do not want it. It is bad. Art goes to die when you decide to do symmetry. There is no reason whatsoever to do parallel lines. There's no reason to ever make the exact same thing on both sides. It's not interesting. You don't even want your photo in the center. And we're gonna look at that right now. First, let me get rid of my cruddy writing. Alright, so I need to get rid of this reference screen. So first we've got this picture right here that I drew in, 5 minutes. Everything is completely symmetrical. I use the symmetry ruler. It's straight down the line. We can see clearly that everything here is the exact same as everything here. This exact same tornado cloud thingy. The shapes up here, everything is exactly the same. And it looks somewhat boring, if not extremely boring. So then, there's the cat. No, cat, it's not your time. Then we go over to this side, and it looks a little more interesting, because we're kind of following the 2/3 rule that we'll talk about in a different video, where every part is split. And it looks somewhat interesting. It's not exactly the 2/3 rule. It's more of the 1/3 rule, because I literally just extended the photo. Transformed it lengthwise, widthwise, whatever you want to call it. Widthwise. I transformed it widthwise, and then I just added some logs to make it interesting. But anyways, as you can see though, this is more interesting than this. This looks like a photo taken by a 2-year-old. This looks like a photo taken by a 4-year-old. I say 4 because I suck at drawing. Anyways, I'm intermediate. But anyways, so that's the lesson we're talking about here. No symmetry. Symmetry is where we die. So we'll first look at... First we gotta make this. Boop. Boop. Alright. So we're going to first just look at construction lines. These red lines, we are going to bloop, because we're going to talk about those in a minute. So we're just going to look at both of these. And I thought I would show you the construction, because I know you guys... I didn't really teach you how to do constructions of bodies yet, so we'll just real quick talk about it, and whatever comes to my head we'll cover really fast. So we've got our heads, like I said, one head. We've got one head, 2 heads, 3 heads, 4 heads, 5 heads, 6 heads, 6.5 heads. Where I told you the happy medium is, especially for female characters. With males, you can try and go for 7. Maybe 6 3/4. But with females, you really don't want to go above 6.5. If you do, it's gonna look lengthy, and which is okay if you making it by doing the crotch higher like we talked about. But if you're just doing it normal, So, anyways, we've got a Barbie doll basically. Shoulders are completely straight, hips are completely straight, everything's completely straight. There's no line of action here whatsoever. It's just a straight line. And then, we go and we add some more stuff. I don't know what this layer is for. So then we add the entire body to it. The body came out pretty well. I'm pretty happy with it. But I did use the symmetry ruler, so it's really easy to make everything look, accurate and right. Like I said, we'll talk about the proportions. So as I told you before, one head right here. Another right here at the crotch is where the wrist starts. All that good stuff. This entire part is equal to that entire part. All the cool stuff. The knee is a little more than a little... It's supposed to be this part is a little longer than this part, but when I did this one, I didn't do that, so oh well. It's fine if they're just halfway between each other. Halfway is also okay. But anyways, we basically just got a Barbie doll standing here, guys. There's nothing here. This person is extremely uncomfortable. If I put her arms behind her back and I twisted her legs just a little bit more, she'd be in parade dressed. And let me tell you, I know all about it because I'm a reservist, or was a reservist. I got out. Thankfully, I hated it. Anyways, any hoozles. Now we'll go over to this side. We're not going to show the skeleton because we already talked about the skeleton, but we're going to look right here. This is contrapposto right here. If you do not know what contrapposto is the concept of uneven shoulders and uneven hips so that there is a weight-bearing portion. It was discovered, well, I shouldn't say discovered, I should say it originates from Greece back when they were doing their statues. So, as you can see, this side is much shorter than this side. There's a huge crunch right here. There's some people that show you how to draw the body by making a bean. And when you do it when you do this, your bean gets squished and elongated on the other side. Or you could say it's a marshmallow. It doesn't matter. Dang it. Head. Too small of a head. Head. Leg. Arm. Anyways, that was just showing the bean. This is contrapposto. As you can see here, there's a little bit of a curve for the spine. Technically, this curves a little bit just like that. Or, if you want to be completely accurate, it goes like that. It goes like that. It goes like that. There we go. I got it. The... bleep, bleep. I keep making all these weird noises. Bleep. So, if you pay attention, your chin will end up around the heel of the load-bearing leg. This is the load-bearing leg. This leg is a little more bent, a little more relaxed. Blah, 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 blah. Talk about the proportions again. Head is right about where the hips meet. Anyways, so I just wanted to show you real quick the concept of contrapposto. Here it is. There's the concept of contrapposto. You want your stuff uneven. Uneven. No one stands straight up like a Barbie doll / parade dress standing guy. It hurts. In fact, if you lock your legs for too long, you can become dehydrated and faint. And then you might die. So don't do that. Continue being... cat! Continue being meh. But anyways, now we're going to go on to this part right here where I actually drew a face for you guys. Bleh. 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 There we go. So we'll go down to here. Boop. Go down to here, where I actually drew a face for you guys, completely centered. It's using the symmetry tool again. We'll just pretend that this isn't there. We'll just, oh, I see why I did that. We'll just pretend that this isn't here. I don't know where that came from. I don't care. It's completely straightforward, completely symmetrical. I don't have it aligned because I literally just can't do that. It just doesn't look right composition-wise. It looks better when half of it's off the frame. Anyways, that was the competition. That's the composition thing we were talking about with this whole symmetry thing. You don't want your stuff centered either. No centering. No symmetry. Everything needs to look natural. It's not comfortable otherwise. Anyways, so we've got this right here. And then we have a 3/4 view head that I drew for you. So that I can show you guys how much more interesting it looks when you turn the head. So here we've just got somebody staring straight ahead. Here we have somebody actually looking at something. Who knows what she's looking at, but we know she's looking at something. It's more interesting. There's no symmetry. In fact, this half of the head has long hair completely, while this half of the head only has the bangs. So there's no long hair. It's interesting. It looks better. In fact, I don't suggest ever drawing a front view face, even digitally with the symmetry tool, because of the fact that it just does not look as interesting. If you're going to do a front view face, turn the head just a teeny tiniest bit, and it will look 1,000 times better. You do not want symmetry. It is where art goes to die. I'm going to smash this lesson into your faces. So, I'm not sure if I covered this, but I had already done the whole entire video and it didn't record. I'm going to double check right now that it's still recording. Alright, we're good. So the reason I checked is because of the fact that I showed you this video is about how to draw an actual head. We talked about chibis earlier. We talked about all that good stuff. So now we're going to actually look into the good stuff. Because being able to draw a body is amazing. And you'll get there eventually. But what you can learn how to do very quickly is learn how to draw a head and learn how to draw it. I'm not going to say right, because everybody has their own styles, you know. The Demon Art and, Has-Been Hotel and all that stuff looks completely different from Total Drama Island and all that good stuff. But if you learn the proportions, then no matter what your style is, when you break those rules, it'll still look good. So here we're going to talk about the proportions. So, the way you're going to make a head, and I already did this once, but I'm going to show you guys again, is you're going to take a circle, and you're going to split it right in half. You split it right in half. Alright? This whole half right here is where your face is going to be for the most part. You can always put a little more up here. You can put the eyebrows up here. You can put the eyebrows down there. Doesn't really matter. The eyebrows are just where you feel like they should be. People have different eyebrow heights. People have different eye widths, eye heights, eye lengths. All that good stuff. Although, if you're going to try a basic eye width, try one eye between in a front view. It should be about the same distance each spot. But anyways, we're not talking about that. That's more difficult. And people have wider eyes and people have narrower eyes. All that different stuff. We're just talking about basics. Put an eye length between your eyes if you're doing front view. Beep, beep. Beep, beep, beep. Anyways, they looked as though they were wearing glasses. So, we have split it into half. What is next, you might ask, Bailey Justin 2523. And here's what's next. So, we've split it in half once. We're going to split it again. We're going to split it in half again. And this time, when we split it in half, we're going to know where our nose goes. Because our nose is going to go right here on the top of that quarter. So your eye line is going to be right here at the half point, maybe a little below the half point, maybe a little above the half point, but it's going to be in the half point area. Your nose is going to go right here at the top of the quarter that we just split the half of. So let's see. This is half. This is half. So yeah, I'm right. This is a quarter. You're going to be on the top of the quarter is where your nose is going to go. And then underneath that, you're going to go to the bottom of one of the quarters, and that's where your mouth is going to go. And then you're going to go to the bottom of that quarter, and that's where your chin's going to go. And if you follow that, everything's going to look peachy squeezy. Everything's going to look good and happy. Happiness everywhere. We're all going to be set. Yeah. So again, we're going to split this right here. That's the eyes. 1 second. Double checking we're recording. We're all good. You're going to put the eyes there. Then you're going to split the circle in half again. You'll split the circle in half again. That's where your nose is going to go. I put it a little lower on accident. Doesn't matter. Here's your nose. There we go. It's because I made the circle bigger than the actual head that I drew. It's fine. It doesn't matter. We'll get rid. We're going to get rid of this because we don't need it anymore. And I'll show you this head that I drew of a male following those exact guidelines. So, as I was saying, we already talked about it. There's half. Then we've got right here at the top of that half that I told you to cut in half. This is the quarter. 1 quarter. 1 quarter. Your nose is going on the top of the quarter. Your mouth is going in between the 2 quarters. And your chin is going on the last quarter. If you do that, your face is going to be anatomically okay. I'm not going to say perfect because everybody's got different faces. You know, the Vitruvian man is no longer the ideal body type. The Vitruvian man, for anybody that doesn't know, is the model that Shakespeare created. Not Shakespeare, bleh, Leonardo da Vinci created. Wow, I can't believe I said Shakespeare. But anyways, so now, again, one more time, because I want to actually teach you something this time. We're going to split it in half. 1 half. 2 halves. We're going to split it in half again. Your nose is going to go right here on the top of the half you split. Your mouth is going to go right here on a quarter of it. And your mouth is going to go on the other quarter. It's going to be proportional. It's going to look pretty. When you put the hair on top of the head, don't worry if that doesn't follow in your guidelines. You don't want it to. It's not going to look good if it does. So we will... So that's where this comes in, where I was saying I already did the whole entire video once. So if you got to make sure that your stuff looks right, and you probably do, because if you got to make sure it looks like, also don't look at this part in this area. It's proportional here. This is a different head that I made, so it's not going to be exactly in the guidelines. It doesn't matter. It's close enough. So if you look here, if we take right from the eye line and we take right from the chin and we just take that whole entire thing and I copy and pasted that square and I put it up there at the exact corners, look at that. That goes right there to the top of the head. That's perfect. And then because the hair is, it has volume, we do the hair a little above the head. It's all perfect and pretty. Look at that. It's so good. You're going to impress everybody with your drawing skills. Don't you worry. I got you. But that's basically it. I apologize if I started to sound like a jerk. It's really cold in here. And my furnace broke.